everyone. We might be 4 months early for this bit, but who cares, really? Today we're going to judge a game based on if it's good or bad. And we're doing this bit because Zen Zen says so. And for the most part, there's only one way to treat this game. After the fact of everything that's happened, might as well make it a bit. Today we judge storm chasers. You wanna become a storm chaser? Go for it. At a cost, my child. This game came out. Well, we'll leave the rest for everyone else. Zen Zen Claus is getting tired. So, without further ado, let us begin.
Alright, funny bits aside, the game in question was Storm Chasers, which was released on June 28th, 2019. It's a game where you try to take the best photos of tornadoes possible without dying. It's like Pokemon Snap with a hint of comical death. As you see in the video, we've done quite a few stupid deaths. But the game first came out with only a few missions, and you could replay those missions to your heart's content. Now, sadly, well, not sadly, it did take a while for the game to get more updates, and essentially, they gave us sandbox mode and Feel the Power mode. In sandbox mode, you go in at an infinite world where tornadoes spawn, and you could go about your day around the entire map. In Feel the Power mode, you get to be the tornado. Both modes are infinite. You could play until you're bored, or for me, you could be completely evil and destroy the map and feel the power. By destroy the map, sadly, you can't really touch the large town. The large buildings don't really show battle damage or tornado damage. And the best you could do is rip the water towers and destroy the tornado warning siren, which is probably the most realistic bit of that town. But for the most part, there were other updates teased in early to mid 2021, where they showed a new vehicle type, a town update, and even the diner interior area. Links will be below in regard to those videos. But given the fact that those items are not in the game and the town in question looks drastically different, well, not drastically, the town in question does look vastly different from what the video portrays, it's safe to conclude that something happened or the devs gave up around this time. With no new news coming in on any of the social media platforms and the Steam page going deadly silent, the only activity was the community around the game and a few of the moderators who were there to moderate the page. Hopefulness, optimism, it was all there at the start. Eventually the community would swap to that it seems like this is another abandoned project, and in most cases the moderators would eventually shut off the commentary or say that they should not be not talking anymore on the subject until more news comes. Sadly, it's late 2022, a year and a few months later, and there hasn't been much in regards towards news or updates. In fact, there hasn't been any. And that's where the problem comes into play. Things are a mystery in regards to this dev. What happened to them, where they went, why things went so deadfully quiet. And it's safe to say that the community really cared for this game. But there's other issues that need to be attended to. Like, for example, and couldn't get this in recording, but through a multitude of play sessions, there was a time where the map or the radar would just give up on life. What that means is, let's say, for example, the map split up into four quadrants. The bottom left quadrant, for some reason, will stop updating and we'll just have a tornado warning ominously sitting there. Or the section that shows the rain and the reflectiveness, that will stop. Or in some cases, your whole map will just stop updating and just be a static picture. Which means you could Haven't tried this in game, but you could try respawning the video or respawning the vehicle and updating your vehicle again for money. But money being a limited resource, you can't do that forever. So if your radar dies, you either hopefully fix it with possible respawning your vehicle, which I haven't tried that yet. So if it doesn't work, please don't yell at me. Trying to think on ideas to fix the game and not the dev. But essentially, it all boils down to this. The next issue is the tornadoes can even just give up on life. How would you like to play a storm chasing game where you go multiple in-game days without even so much as a simple warning? The radio and everything was quiet during one of my play sessions, and the game didn't even give so much as a strong storm. There was barely any clouds in the sky. For a storm chasing game, that is rather sad. And the next problem being is the town is too dead. Have you ever seen one of those nuke towns where they just test the nuke and they make it look lively with fake people, buildings, and whatnot? Well, think about that, but minus the fake people. Of course, in the video, if we haven't already gotten to this point in the video, you're going to see that we're going to knock on a door and warn people about a tornado that's basically in their backyard. One house is made it to safety, the other house is still probably near the front door going, "What do you want?" In which case they're lucky the tornado didn't really blaze through their house, or they'd be dead. But in many cases, it is safe to assume that, sadly, this game is probably not going to get much work done on it. And the reason why I'm continually saying that we might have already seen this in the video is doing the audio and the video separate for this one, just because this game was, Zenzen was optimistic for this game, and going over it kind of like reading like a eulogy, kind of like this game's dead, because it's almost safe to assume that, sadly, even if the devs do pick it up at this point, will it even make a splash again? We have games similar to this on the map, with Outbreak coming around the corner at some point. Who knows if that will come out? But we'll see. The main problem is the devs and everything have gone so quiet. The community has lost optimism in the game. And at that point, what can you do to recover a game that seems dead? A community that's probably moved on. Your best bet is hopefully a major update patch, an explanation of why the disappearing act. But given the fact that the game company in question only seems to have made one more other game in question, and that game was in 2016. Regretfully, it's safe to say it doesn't seem like Little Cloud is coming to save the day. With that in mind, $12.99 is the cost of the game, and would be recommending you consider other games at this time. Maybe put Storm Chases on your wish list for the hope that they come back with a miraculous update. Perhaps they're working on the background and want to surprise the community. But if that's the case, they're doing it poorly for their game. Because worst case scenario, now the community's lost hope and gave up and probably aren't even looking in that direction. There hasn't even been a single teaser video in over a year, with the last teaser video being in about June, July of 2020. Or 2021, my bad. God, these years blend together. But my final thoughts on the game is it had potential, and with how everything played out, it looks like, that potential's gone like a fart in a hurricane. Because now, who knows what the future holds? Who knows what's going to happen? But my optimism for this game is as lively as Batman's parents. But, with that said, if y'all liked this video, please like and subscribe. We also do live stream on Twitch, and we have a Twitter. Links are below. For now, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Keep being wonderful. This is Eero Zensen, signing off.